Okay, y'all. So I wanted to share something that might help you enlighten, might be mind blowing to you. Who knows? Whatever you understand, hopefully, this will, show you something within yourself, but also within this message, within the world, and how everything connects. And so, right here, I have my little magical wand. Has certain crystals on it. I actually bought it off Temu. So it's not necessarily a real wand, but I like it for certain things. And so, as you notice, there's a symbol on this wand. It has wings, kind of has two snakes, right? And so this magic wand is symbolic for the magic within ourselves, magic all around us. But if you look at the symbol, and you may recognize it, and it's the same symbol as some of these medical healthcare companies, buildings that are all connected. So you look at our healthcare system, you look at the hospitals, you look at certain doctors' offices, certain places that you may go, right? That have this symbol, whether it's outside their building, whether it's on their forms, whatever it may be, right? You don't always see it, but I do. And so this symbol actually represents something more than what is portrayed to the world. And what I mean by that is we're conditioned to believe that we have to go to somebody else. We have to go to a certain doctor, certain specialist, whatever it may be, right? And I'm not saying don't do this. I'm just explaining how I see what I see. And so we've been conditioned to go outside of ourselves, to go ask for recommendations, to go see what might be going on within ourselves, within our body, right? Whether it's certain medical conditions, certain mental health struggles, whatever it is, right? And so with this symbol and how it's kind of portrayed in the medical field, we also have to recognize that a lot has changed over time, over history, especially with the magical world. And what I mean by the magical world is understanding our power, understanding source, understanding spirit, understanding how to heal our vessels, our bodies, and not necessarily look outside of ourselves, going to, somebody else who supposedly went to school, got a degree, and learned all these technological terms and things to understand us. Yet they only see us maybe once a year, once a month. They only have a certain type of knowledge for themselves. And I'm not saying don't go see a specialist, don't go to the doctor, don't go get yourself checked up. But what they don't tell you is there's a lot of things that we can avoid medically. There's a lot of things that we can overcome. Yet we allow ourselves to believe that we have to, get other people's advice, go outside of ourselves and heal ourselves and put our trust in somebody else and not understand ourselves. And this is where a lot of stuff gets misunderstood. For me, I've struggled with a lot of medical issues. I've struggled with a lot of, different multiple health issues my whole entire life ever since I was a kid. I've took multiple different medications that actually made my health worse, that made me gain weight, that, messed up my system in a way to where it drove me to do other things that didn't make sense. And when I started to wean myself off of these medications, when I started to not only work with my doctor, understand myself, but also find doctors that are willing to listen to me and not just take their title as they know it all, right? And, you know, work with certain doctors that appreciate the patient coming to them with their own knowledge, but also being able to ask for help as well, and to really advocate for themselves and be like, listen, you know, I know there's something not normal going on with myself, and I really want to see what are my options and what can I do to help heal these certain things within myself, overcome these certain things within myself, or get checked if there's a certain way to check these things. And there's doctors, there's professionals out there that will work with you. I've had professionals and doctors, you know, only look at themselves as they're the doctor, they know what's right and they know what's wrong, and not want to take any of my input. And so this is more of a educational video for anybody who needs it, is to really not only look at yourself, but look at the individuals you're taking advice from, whether it's healthcare professions, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, whether it's, you know, people you highly look up to, right? Because not everybody that you look up to or ask for advice from is going to give you, you know, that authentic advice or that true advice or that advice that works for you. And you'll know this because it will tell you something within your soul. You may feel it, you may sense something, and you may, you know, not right away, but many years down the road may understand it for how you understand it. And I can't tell you how you're going to understand it, because we all understand things in our own way and see things in our own way, symbolically, you know, metaphysically, terminology, you know, all these types of things. And it's a beautiful thing. Instead of, you know, coming together and saying, well, this person's right and this person's wrong, we should take everybody's information as accounts. We should, you know, try to understand ourselves better, try to understand how we see the world, how we learn, how we express ourselves, and not just dim those people down, tell those people that they're wrong or they don't know what they're talking about. You know, it's just really truly listen to our souls, listen to what feels within ourselves that, you know, aligns, right? And it's a learning process. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight. It's not something that's going to happen super quickly. That would be awesome if it did. Yet at the same time, there's so much to learn. There's so much to educate ourselves on. Whether it's, you know, symbolic meanings on a magic wand or symbolic meanings, you know, all around us, which I believe, you know, the universe is always speaking to us. We're always connected to the universe, to source, right? Because one, we are source. We have the source within ourselves, but it's also all around us because we've created this reality. We created these materials. We've created this world for ourselves to understand it for how we understand it. And the beautiful thing is, we each see a perception of the world in our own light, in our own way. And it's so powerful. You know, it's like you can go to different countries, you can go to different places in your own city, and there's different energies, there's different people, there's different environments, there's different flows, there's different ways of life. And it's all around us. It's right in front of our faces. And the thing is, we just have to become more self-aware of it, become more conscious of it, become more awakened to the fact that life is beautiful. And there's so much more to just looking not outside of us, outside of ourselves, but also looking within ourselves as well too, to discover these beautiful gems that are not truly hidden, but right in front of our faces.